Hello and welcome to Old Ways of Gardening and Prepping. My name is Teresa. I'd like to welcome y'all out to the shed of many names on this chilly night where I'm finally getting around to making something I haven't made in a long time. And we're going to be making a old Japanese recipe for pickled turmeric and ginger with some garlic and a few other twists. I'm changing the recipe up just a little bit, so this is going to be one power-packed little pickle. Now, what it is it's going to be a refrigerator pickle, and it'll last for months in your refrigerator, and you use a little bit to eat with your food, and it builds your immune system up amazingly. So here we have some of my turmeric right here, some of my older turmeric. It's clean, y'all. I've just had it soaking in water. I've got some of my fresh turmeric, and I've got some of my fresh grown ginger, and we're going to be breaking out the mandolin, so going to have to be careful with that one. Now, if you don't have a mandolin, you can do this by hand. It's not hard to do little bitty julienne strips. Now, we're going to start out with the turmeric, and you're going to want a glove on your hand, unless you don't mind your hands being dyed orange. So we're going to put the glove on. Now, the older turmeric, I'm going to peel. It's simple, easy. Just take your peeler and just take that outer skin off. And this is so good. And as the recipe goes along, I'll show you that I'm changing things up, but I'll give you several options of items that you can use in place of what I'm using. But you're going to need to use fresh turmeric and fresh ginger and fresh garlic. Hopefully my garlic, a bunch of my garlic's like going, look, we're ready to grow, so they're starting to turn green, which means they're getting ready to be planted, which I'm going to be doing here very soon. Oh, not supposed to work like that. No, I'm not. Alright, we're going to go the other route. That one's a little too small, and no, I'm not about to trust it. Because a mandolin will take your fingertips off in a heartbeat. Okay, and you just want to cut it in very thin strips. And of course they're going to pickle, so they're going to get really soft. And I have a measuring cup. I plan on using all of this if possible, if I can get it all in that quart jar. And as you can see here, it's already starting to dye the countertop. But that's okay, bleach will take care of that. I almost forgot that I'm not dicing. Alright, I'm going to keep working on turmeric until I get I'm going to see how many cups I can get, and I'll bring you back for when I start on the ginger. See you back here in a bit. Okay, I have my 2 cups of julienne turmeric, And also some of them I cut up into little coins because the little roots were too small. See, like these, you can just slice them into small coins. Now I'm on to my 2 cups of julienne homegrown organic ginger. Now, if you didn't have a chance to grow you any turmeric or ginger, you can always get yours from an Asian market. Just pay attention to what you buy. And with ginger, you especially want to make sure that you cut with the grain. They do have different grains, and if you go the wrong way, it will be very, very stringy and hard. But by the time this vinegar or pickle finishes, they're going to be really soft. See, when you know you're going with the grain, it's going to be very easy to slice. And you can leave them in longer pieces, you can cut them into shorter pieces. Or if you want to do all little coins, you can do that as well. Oh, and let me tell you, it smells so good in here. And this is going to be, well, my spin on it is going to be amazing for an immune system booster. And you want to try to get them as close to the same size. That way, each spoonful you get out of the jar will have not only turmeric in it, but also ginger as well. Oh, it smells so good, and it makes me happy to know that I grew these. They're homegrown. I know what went into growing these. And if you want to, you can leave with the fresh ginger. You can leave the peel on because it's not as hard as cured ginger. Any dark spots, you want to cut that off. Oh, it smells so good in here. Now, if you're single, or you're the only one in the house that's probably going to eat it, you can make a pint-sized jar as well. But I'll tell you, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And like I said, it's Japanese. It's an old Japanese recipe, but it's going to be an inspired one because I'm putting my own twist on it to make it even more amazing for the immune system. Alright, I'm going to keep going until I have 2 cups of it, and I will bring you back. Okay, it's a busy night, y'all. I have my 2 cups of julienne coined turmeric root, fresh turmeric, y'all, fresh, and my 2 cups of julienne and several odd and end pieces of ginger. Alright, those are done. Now, on to the garlic. And my garlic's been telling me that, hey, we're getting ready to get planted now. So I gotta keep an eye on it. Make sure none of them have started sprouting. Which you can still use sprouted garlic. It's not gonna hurt it. But look at that. That's 1 clove of my beautiful elephant garlic. And I'm probably going to put, well, at the moment, I'm thinking about 5 cloves. I know it might be a lot. It depends on how it looks. Once I get done cutting up, I'm going to stop at 4 and see how many it looks, how much it's mixing in. But look at that. Oh, yeah. Fresh garlic, y'all. Tell you, it's amazing the smell and taste of homegrown organic garlic. And I'm going to cut them up into little strips. Oh, that's a little strip. You want to make sure there's no paper or the shell paper of the garlic. And I can tell my garlic's going to be sprouting soon because it gets that beautiful little hint of green around the outside. But that's okay because it's getting about that time. I'll be getting it in the ground here soon. And like I always say, make sure that your work surface is clean. It might not look clean, but that's from cutting up the turmeric here. And you know how I believe in waste not, want not. I started with the pills and everything. I started a half-gallon jar of ginger vinegar. That's going to be so good. That's amazing for salad dressings and sprinkling on greens, whatever you like to use vinegar for. But the ginger vinegar is a milder tasting vinegar. Now this is what I was talking about. See how pretty and white that is? Turn it on its side. It's starting to get that green hue. Yeah, they're going to be ready to plant here soon. Oh, it smells so good, y'all. Well, they don't have to be cut up perfectly, but you want them close to being the same size, if possible. Alright, that's the second clove. Alright, you. Alright, I'm going to cut up nope, that was a good piece. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to cut up a couple more cloves, and I will keep a tally of how many I cut up, and I'll bring y'all back as soon as I'm done with this, because then we're going to be ready to get this vinegar started. I'll see you back here in a bit. Okay, finally done cutting up the garlic, and since I'm using elephant garlic, I stopped at 4 cloves, because 5 cloves was probably going to be too much. So, here now we finally start making the pickle part. Alright, I want the juice of 1 lemon. Now this is where it starts becoming my own recipe. I want the juice of 1 lemon. Come on. That's a real lemon. It's got seeds. I'm getting tired of stuff not having seeds in it. And of course, you betcha, save those seeds. Now there's not going to be any cooking, any canning of this pickle. This is a refrigerator pickle. And I will save that to go into some tea. And of course, be careful when squeezing lemons and any citrus. Watch your eyes, because it'll get you if you ain't careful. And I saw one seed in there. Now, I want the juice also of one lime. And you want to roll them on your counter because it helps free up the juice inside. And I'm aggravated about these limes. There was no seeds whatsoever in them, so. Go on that. Haven't seen a gnat all night long until I start messing with citrus and vinegar. And they come out of the woodwork. And for this recipe, it's best to use fresh, if possible. Like I said, save those, because you can add that to herbal tea, because there's still some juice left in it. Alright, I have about 1/3 of a cup of juice, and that's a combined between lemon and lime. Now, if you wanted to, you could use orange as well. That'd be fine. Now we're going to start packing our jar. And let me tell you, this smells so good. It's been way too long since I've had it. Way too long. And when I say pack your jar, make sure that you get it in there. Because it's going to shrink once the vinegar is put into the jar and it sets up for a while. And we're just barely going to have room. Oh, the smell is absolutely amazing, y'all. And make sure you don't waste anything. I'm just bouncing it on my leg because I don't like to bounce no jar on no countertop. Like I said, very little room. And make sure you get it all in there. Okay. Now, because it's fresh turmeric, anybody should know turmeric works better once it has some black pepper involved. Now I'm not going to add a whole lot because it's going to be spicy as it is because of the ginger. And I'm going to put about a half a teaspoon. Half a teaspoon to a teaspoon. It's up to you. Now I'm going to pour a little bit of the citrus juice in. Now me being me, I like it a little sweet, but I'm going to add 2 different sweeteners. That's 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of Domino sugar, pure cane sugar. Now, if you want to use raw cane sugar, that's fine too. And I want to add this, well, let's get that. Huh, there's a surprise seed right there on top. Add a little bit of honey. I'm going to end up putting about a half a cup of honey in here, a little bit at a time. It's going to trickle and filter down. And there be no piece of turmeric. It sure looked like a seed to me. Now you can leave the sugar and the honey out. If you use honey, make sure it's local honey for you so that it'll also help your immune system. I'm going to have to put this honey in some warm water. There's nothing wrong with this honey, y'all. It just needs to be heated up. It's turned to sugar, that's all. I'm done using that spoon. Oh my gracious, that's good. Now, let's talk about the next ingredient. Vinegar. This is my own major twist to this for it to be an immune booster. You can use rice wine vinegar. Balsamic vinegar might be a little interesting. Apple cider vinegar. I wouldn't use white vinegar because I'm just not a big fan of using that one. But this is elderberry vinegar. Yes, I'm taking it up and not, well, I just blew the door off of it. So this is going to end up being not only an amazing little addition to dinners, but just imagine the immune boosting healing power this is going to have. Alright, let me get another jar so I can strain this into it. Okay, I have my filterless filter, my canning funnel, and then now I get and they come right off. Oh, that smells good. Hold on a minute, I'm going to have to get a spoon to mash these berries down. I forgot I had my measuring spoon there. And you want to get all that wonderful medicinal benefits out of those elderberries. And these is fresh elderberries, not dried. Yep. Ah, man, I give up on trying to keep this shirt clean tonight. Put that lid back on for now, since we have gnats trying to visit. I only want to strain enough out to fill this jar up. Now, as you can see, there's still sugar and honey on the top. Don't worry one bit. Believe me, the vinegar is going to break it up very nicely. Now, if you want to use more honey, get out of here. That's fine. You can do that. Won't hurt a bit. Oh, that smells so good. Put a lid on that real fast. And with it being vinegar, you want to make sure you put saran wrap, piece of Ziploc bag, cut up Ziploc bag, so it does not corrode your lid. Because the reason it don't corrode the lids when you're making pickles is that you water the vinegar down. This is not watered down. You want to make sure that there's no air pockets in there. And don't worry, everything is going to mix up. Oh, look at that. Is that not beautiful? A beautiful jar of health right there. Of course, take your lid back off. And as I knew, and you can see, it needs more vinegar in it. Now don't worry, the ginger will take on the color of the elderberry vinegar. The garlic will too, nothing's wrong with it. Just make sure it's all good and mixed in there. And you'll see bubbles coming up which is what you want to see. And it has plenty of vinegar for now. Now, of course, if you make your own homemade vinegar, you can use pear vinegar, raspberry vinegar, blueberry vinegar, whatever vinegar you have. Now, let's get the Sharpie marker. And we're going to put on here pickled turmeric, 11/5/22. Now, you're going to want to put this in your refrigerator, not on the counter at all. This is a refrigerator pickle. Every day, you're going to want to shake it and make sure the vinegar's all mixed in real well. And of course, as time goes by, each day, that honey and that little bit of sugar will be dissolved in the vinegar, and it's going to make an amazing brine. After day 5, you can start using it. Usually what I do, and the traditional Japanese way of doing it, is taking a teaspoon or a tablespoon and putting it on your plate and eating it with your food. Now, if you don't want to do that, you can just take a tablespoon of it and eat it just by itself if you want to. Now, this will last in your fridge up to 3 to 4 months. It might not last that long, because I'm telling you, it's delicious. And this will boost your immune system, your gut health, and so much more. Now, this recipe is up to you also. The black pepper, if you can't have black pepper, you can omit it, but it works best with the turmeric. And if possible, keep the black pepper in the recipe. Now, the citrus juice, that immune system building, y'all, and it also helps break down the ginger and the turmeric and the garlic as well. Now the vinegar, that's up to you which vinegar you want to use. Whatever vinegar you like. Like I said, I'm not big on white vinegar because it's a little harsh and really no nutrient value. Apple cider vinegar or any other vinegar would work great. You can omit the sugar if you don't want it, that's fine. The honey helps with your immune system. Now, if you can't have honey, you can leave that out, but I'm going to tell you, it's going to be a bitter mix. But that is your choice. Now, if you want to, you can put a little bit of coriander powder in here. If you want a little more twist to it, you could put a couple of curry leaves in it. A little bit of cloves, but be careful, cloves can get really rough. Allspice, same, just be careful, it can get a little too strong real fast. But simple, easy, homemade organically grown ginger and turmeric, and my garlic as well. And gut health, because it's going to be a massive probiotic. Also, immune system building, helps with blood pressure, helps with pain. So many things can be listed about all the ingredients. If you have a cold, this will help. Sore throat, this will help. It's just amazing. Just remember, now once you start getting down to the bottom of the jar, don't waste the vinegar. Use, well, the brine. Use it as well also. But simple, easy, homemade, and yes, you can do this too. It just takes time. Now, you could use a food processor, that's on you. The mandolin was pretty much useless. I ended up cutting it up by hand, that way I know all the shapes and how I could get away with it. Just remember to mix up your ginger, your turmeric, and your garlic before putting it into the jar. And like I said, put this in your fridge where you won't forget it, and agitate it daily. Make sure it's good and mixed up. And like I said, as it breaks down, this will shrink some and it'll become easier. And at day 5, taste it. And if it starts tasting fine for you, you can start taking it daily if you want to. You can take it every other day, twice a week. But it's going to be good in your fridge 3 to 4 months. And you're going to want to start another batch. But homemade, simple, and wonderful to use. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and it encourages you to also take control of your health in your own hands. Always remember, you can heal thyself. I look forward to seeing y'all in my next video. Stay safe, stay sound, above all else, stay positive. We're in this together and we're going to make it through. And continue to stock your pantries with good, nutritious food that will sustain you. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. May you each be blessed. I'll see you soon. Take care.